decided to love you and hate you.
Good. Well, at least we'll always know where we stand, won't we?
Jack. Please.
I have a telegram from Jack.
I can take it.
Make sure he gets it right away.
Thank you. Jack, Emil picked us up at the telegraph office. They didn't think it could wait till tomorrow.
Well, open it.
I don't have to. Emil told me what it said.
That's what I like. Confidentiality. Why didn't Emil just yell it across the mountain?
Jack, it's your father. He's dying. Jack.
Mother, what's being done? I don't see any doctors around.
He had a massive stroke, and there was substantial brain damage. Arthur's trying to get permission to turn off all these machines. Your father died a long time ago. Well, almost everything is gone now. Everything your father and his father before him built from nothing.
A company like ours couldn't go under. Dad had us into too many things for anyone to go
The
bad.
trap was set for him. And when your father needed some help to get the company through a lean period, the friends were there to spring the trap shut.
What men? You don't mean Frank Blaine.
And his associates.
None of us had any idea that it had gotten so bad. When the subpoena came, well, it was like the final shockwave. Your father just collapsed.
Subpoena?
Arthur, I haven't told him about it yet.
Any truth to the rumor that you might be moving your hockey franchise back up to Canada?
Gentlemen, please. We're not here to discuss hockey. This is a serious matter deserving of my full time and attention.
But can we expect some further word on the trade with Los Angeles this afternoon?
If we can dispense with the unpleasantness here today in short order, yes. We may be able to get back to the job at hand.
On your appearance here in court today, is it true that it involves substantial embezzlement of the parts of one of your subsidiary companies?
Now, boys, you know me better than to ask questions like that. Just consider this old business that has to be put to bed. And with that, I thank you for your sometimes kind words about my hockey team, and trust you'll be even kinder in the future.
Mr. Blaine, one question, please, here.
Well, I suppose shock is the only way to describe my emotions when it became apparent what had happened. And what did happen, Mr. Reddick? Well, apparently a great deal of money my company, or rather Mr. Blaine's company, poured into coal industries to bail them out of a rather serious financial situation, was in fact being siphoned off by Mr. Cole and or his son.
That is an absolute lie.
Please, Jack, let me handle it.
If you don't sit down and remain silent during this testimony, Mr. Cole, I'll have you removed from the courtroom.
On the basis of your own investigation, what do you suppose happened to the company fund?
Your Honor, I object. Serious accusations have been leveled against my client. If you please, let's confine ourselves to the facts, not Mr. Reddick's suppositions.
Sustained.
Mr. Cole, can you explain these checks totaling more than $2 million? With your signature on them for cash transfers from coal industries which were never heard from again. Is that your signature? Or a clever forgery?
believe it's mine. Mr. Reddick would bring me papers and transactions requested by my father. Or so he said.
And you just signed them blindly? Amounts totaling more than $2 million?
My father was a business genius. Some of the stock was transferred to my name when I was 21. My signature was often required. I never questioned my father's judgment.
Thank you, Mr. Cole.
You may step down, Mr. Cole.
Well, what can I say? I liked Jack Cole. I liked him very much. And as far as questioning his transactions with his father, that was my place. I merely represent Mr. Blaine and his rather minor financial interest in the company. Look, the fact is, we came to his rescue when he needed us most, and then he left us high and dry when he apparently tried to avoid paying us back by draining all the tangible assets.
Not made a single point.
This court finds Jack Martin Cole guilty of 25 counts of violating the federal penal code and awards judgment to the Internal Revenue Service on behalf of the United States of America. Sentence to be 5 consecutive years in Lewiston Federal Penitentiary. This court is adjourned.
Not now, Jack.
Does she believe I did all those things?
Your mother is disappointed that you weren't here when your father needed you. That you left him to carry the full burden.
Art. I didn't know he was in trouble. When did he ever share his troubles with me?
Maybe he didn't think you were interested.
Let's go.
On your feet.
Mr. Moon wants to see you in his office.
Mr. Moon?
It ain't a good idea to keep waiting.
Welcome to the fraternity, Mr. Cole. Or should I call you the Park Avenue Kid? We've been following your career in the newspapers. We're always impressed by such large figures and such small sentences. Now, although your kind may rule the world outside, in here there's an entirely different hierarchy. We want to help you understand it. Now, in order to do that, we feel that you have to experience what the rest of us have in here at one time or another. So you'll miss a few meals in order to know hunger. You won't have any visitors for a while in order to know loneliness. And you'll accept a few hard knocks in order to know pain. Now, I sincerely hope you accept this welcome in the spirit in which it's given.
Man, they do beautiful. Ain't a mark on you.
Why can't I move?
Well, probably because they broke a couple ribs. But your face... Name's Hector. Hector Ramirez.
Hector?
You and me gonna share this suite for the next few years, so if there's anything you want to know, you just ask. I got a feeling you're gonna need all the help you can get just to get to the next beating.
What's Mr. Moon?
He runs the white cons.
Do they all get that greeting?
Nah, just the ones he figures need it.
How did I qualify?
Listen, amigo. There are crooks and there are crooks. I mean, some poor slob, he knocks over a gas station and they got over 300 blue coats in the street with machine guns. Just like that. Guys like you. You steal a whole chain of gas stations with fancy bookkeepers, and you get elected to the Chamber of Commerce.
Well, I'm living proof that isn't true. Oh. Almost living proof.
Hey, man, you walk off with $2.5 million and you get 5 years. With good time, you be back in the streets in 3. Man, there ain't a guy in here wouldn't do 3 years for that kind of payoff. I mean, hey, look at me. I got a girl. She live in Jersey. She got into an accident, so they put her in a hospital. I had to get there, right, man? So I borrowed some wheels. I wind up with 10 to 15 for transporting a stolen car across the state line. And I don't even get to keep the car. Go to the doc in the morning. He'll fix you up.
What'll I tell him?
You fell off your bunk.
You gonna believe that?
No. But he's like the rest of us. Just trying to do his time and stay alive.
So that's what it comes to, huh?
That's all it comes to.
What's happened to you?
I've been in prison, Arthur.
Well, aren't you eating?
Yeah, when I'm allowed to.
I've been trying to visit you for the past 3 months, but they said you refused to see anyone.
Well, not a lot goes on in here that you can talk about. You don't look so good either. I appeal?
Jack, I wish that was the worst of it.
What else can happen?
Mother? She's dead, Jack. She died of a heart attack. I've arranged for you to attend the funeral.
Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Quite a turnout, isn't it?
Jack, you have to try to understand something about.
I know. A disgraced husband and a jailbird's son tends to keep the crowds away.
She loved you.
Did she believe me? About the money.
I don't know.
Died believing I stole that money from my father.
Jack, there's a whole level of crime going on in this country that few people realize. It's way above the law, almost impossible to deal with. Somehow they do things, make them look right, while underneath it's just as criminal as...
Look, I don't need you to tell me what it's like underneath. You don't know how rotten the top can look until you've seen it from the bottom.
Jack, I'm gonna try to do something about it. The way things are. I've been invited to join a new federal task force. We're gonna go after the big guys. I can't promise anything, but...
Mr. Moon? He's here.
Just wanted to let you know we heard about your old lady, Jack. All the guys say, is there's anything we can do?
Thanks.
Hey, man, you bastard. Don't that mean something to you?
Right now, it means something.
How was it?
Muggy? Hector, they say this place is a college. Well, I want to go to school.
So you want to know about burglar alarms, huh?
You never know when precision acrobatics will come in handy.
You want to know about second story work, huh?
And any lock can be picked if you got the right tools and the right touch.
Jack, it's not that bad. 5 years. And with good behavior, you'll be out in 3. 3.
How do you like it, Jack?
Well, we said you had the best set of numbers in New York.
No, silly. I mean, the party. Look.
Well, words fail me.
Well, some people thought it might be in bad taste.
Look, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm really touched you guys went to all this trouble.
Oh. The prison motif was my idea. A way to get you over the hump.
So to speak.
We're serving chip beef on toast, champagne in a tin cup. Oh, and Jack, at 11, we're staging a riot in your honor.
Does that mean I get to take you hostage?
Only if you promise to tie me up. Oh, Jack, 3 years. You must be ready to burst.
Telephone, Jackie.
of screaming and a few busted knuckles, mostly mine, but I got everything you needed.
Thanks, Hector. I knew I could count on you.
Everybody asked what I needed this stuff for. I mean, I got things the CIA wouldn't know what to do with. What do you want this stuff for?
I'll pick it up in the morning.
Thank you very much, wise guy.
Now, you said something about helping me over the hump.
Welcome home, Jack.
Hello, Arthur. So this is where the war is being won, huh?
Impressive. We are making a lot of progress on a great many fronts.
Well, Arthur, you know the front I'm interested in.
We're still working on Blaine. Not his involvement with coal industries, but in several other areas.
Such as?
I'm sorry, it's highly confidential, very delicate. One false move and the whole thing could fall apart.
Meaning you don't have anything?
No one is giving up. Least of all me. It just takes time, Jack.
So it's a crapshoot then, isn't it? If you're lucky, you nail a few pencil pushers who get fined and slapped on the wrist. If not, everybody walks away very clean and very rich. Just like Mr. Blaine.
Forget Blaine, Jack. There's nothing you can do about him.
You're absolutely right, Arthur. Time to get back some good, clean living. You know, there's still a little bit left in Mother's trust. About the only thing the feds and Mr. Blaine couldn't take.
Let me help you invest it. It's important.
Sure. See if you can find something that'll allow me to dedicate myself to hard work. It's going to be hell getting my form back. Prison doesn't quite have the facilities. Tennis. Arthur, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I'll be right back.
Jack, meet Sam Goodman, the best snooper in the business.
Hello, Sam.
How you doing? Listen, I understand you want to learn all about electronic surveillance, huh? Thanks to the space program, it's all transistors now. We have push pins that are really antennas which can pick up a conversation 50 miles away.
But, sir, we know Blaine has his fingers in at least 20 illicit operations.
Arthur, you know, you've been around long enough to understand the difference between knowing and proving.
All right. But I think the one with the most potential is that winery deal in the Napa Valley.
All right. Run me through it again.
It's a small operation. A bad crop of grapes, and Blaine rides to the financial rescue.
So far, nothing illegal.
The minute he has his foot in the door, a trucking company controlled by the syndicate lands the contract to haul the wine. Then a brand new distributor pops up to sell it. And finally, the old man who founded the place dies of a sudden, unexpected heart attack.
Not according to... Here it is. Dr. Irving J. Neiman of San Francisco. He states he'd been treating Novanti for a heart ailment for several months.
Which nobody in the family knew about. Come on, Lewis, who are we kidding?
Look, I know it stinks. Justice knows it stinks. But as far as hard evidence is concerned, there's nothing to prove Frank Blaine didn't make another one of his legitimate business investments.
Hector.
I can come back.
Come on in, we haven't got much time.
For what?
Close the door.
Nice place you got here. Haven't gone overboard on furniture.
Makes the rooms look bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down. I want to make you a proposition.
Guy makes it through stir for years, surrounded by 300 guys, never gets proposition. One day on the outside, wham.
Strictly business.
You have anything to do with the stuff you have me get?
You won't have to concern yourself with that. All I want you to do is make a simple pickup each day.
Drugs?
No. Tape. A small cassette, like this.
Groovy. I hope it's the Bee Gees. Dances have changed since I've been away.
Come on, pay attention, Hector. I haven't much time.
Sorry. So where do I make this tape pickup?
On the roof of the Federal Building.
For a minute there, I thought you said the roof of the Federal Building. Nice.
I'll pay you $500 a week plus a percentage. Unless you've got a better offer.
Oh, sure. I got offers. A couple guys want me to help them knock off a liquor store on 2nd Avenue. But it's in a bad neighborhood. You know, a guy could get mugged.
You're not taking me seriously.
No, I mean... Okay. I didn't think you were really serious. I mean, come on, the roof of the Federal Building? What is this business you want me to go into?
A new business, Hector. No one else in the country is in it yet. We will be the first.
So what if I say yes, then what?
Then do as I tell you and wait for my calls.
Calls? Uh-huh. Where from?
My first call will be from San Francisco.
It's a lot easier, and any lock can be picked if you got the right tools and the right touch.
Bring me a cup of coffee, would you please, Mitch? Madge, what is the Navati file doing on my desk?
I don't know.
Who's been looking at this?
You must have taken it out last
No,
night.
no, I did not take it out last night before I left.
Doctor, I haven't the faintest.
Well, if you didn't, who did? I want to place a person-to-person call to Mr. Doyle Raddick at the El Dorado Country Club in Napa Valley, California.
El Dorado Country Club.
Doyle Reddick?
I'll ring.
Yes.
Reddick, this is Dr. Neiman.
Who?
Irving Neiman, San Francisco.
What the hell are you calling me here at the office for?
Someone is investigating the Devani case.
That matter's closed, Doctor. Now, please.
It is not closed. Now, the file was on my desk this morning. It wasn't there last night. And there was a playing card on top of it.
A what?
The 3 of spades. Now listen, there's a crazy message written on it. The spade marks the final judgment. Its trumpet sounds the end.
Doctor, you've been drinking.
You didn't pay me enough to go through much more of this.
What are you saying, Doctor? You want a little more money?
I just want this whole affair to go away.
Well, it has gone away. Now, the case is closed. Just throw the file away, and everything will be okay.
You said something about a little more money?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Goodbye, Doctor.
Please, the heliport section.
Wall-to-wall drapes. It's the most expensive dirt in the world.
Yeah, but you see a drugstore anywhere. You know, I really should get my nails done before we arrive. That's it. The El Dorado.
Dory, you look divine today. I love those white bucks.
Oh, white bucks are coming back, you know.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay, set her down right there by that cart pad.
On the cart pad, that's awfully close to the party. I was just noticing this other area over here.
What? What are you talking about? It's almost 100 yards away. What do you propose I do, walk?
I thought you were at the Ambassador Hotel in San Francisco.
No, they invited me to run this club here, so I came. It's a pretty nice place, huh?
Well, it's a little messy for one of your functions, but I guess they don't mind out here. Carlos, is it always this windy out here?
Mr. Cole, the helicopter.
I don't know why that outrageous pilot chose such a place to land.
No, forget it. Your father and I, I'm sure you know, we go way back to Korea. I'm sorry I didn't see him so much before, but...
Yes, but he spoke of you very often.
Thank you. Hey, your troubles, they're over, I hope, huh?
Yes, I'm completely rehabilitated.
That's good.
Hey, say, have I drawn a good partner for the tourney?
Well, I'll check.
Well, don't bother. Don't bother. He's not playing here. Unless, of course, you want the Novotny brothers to withdraw their financial support of the tournament.
No, perhaps we can arrange something.
We're not going to arrange anything. The only thing we're going to arrange is his getting out of here. So pack your bags and start hitchhiking out, young man. Dear friend, whatever you are.
I'm so glad you remembered me. You know, you're looking okay. What have you done to your lapel? Oh, potato salad. How have you been, Mr. Reddy? Cole, Jack Cole. Sure do you remember?
of course, Jack Cole.
Doyle, don't indulge him. Have him thrown out.
Since apparently you know each other, isn't it?
No. I'm sure he meant no harm. Let's just forget the whole thing.
Forget it, Doyle. This man is a
Drop
hazard.
the subject, Elena. We don't want to start the tournament off on the wrong foot. That's the way your father would have wanted it.
No.
Elena, darling, please.
I do apologize. I've apparently stirred everybody up.
I'll send you a bill.
Well, I'm glad you know him. Yes, I know him.
Elena, now what are you upset about? I had a right to get hot.
Yes, you did. That man stood there and insulted you, and you practically apologized to him for making a fool of you.
Well, I had my reasons.
Oh, and what were they?
Much too complicated to bore you with.
Then get out of my way.
No, look, don't leave.
I'm not leaving. I came to play tennis.
Brava, signorina!
I prefer to practice in private.
Competition makes perfect.
I doubt if you could provide that.
I wonder if your father would approve of you being so rude.
He certainly wouldn't approve of you.
I wonder. He wasn't a man to judge others so quickly.
And how would you know?
We often compare people to vintage wine. Although the stock may be readily apparent, it often takes years to develop and determine character.
Or the absence of the same. Look, reading my father's book may have prepared you for whatever game you're playing. It does not invite you on my court with me.
Shame. If we'd have practiced together, we could have probably won the tourney.
What?
Oh, it's luck of the draw, Miss Novante. A matter of chance.
And who by chance did the drawing?
I did. I drew the names out of a hat. Your partner used to be quite good.
We're going against Doyle and Kittredge. Probably sew it up if you give me a chance to study your weaknesses, girl. Spirited little belle, isn't she?
Butler, get in here.
Listen to... You don't have to go through much more of this.
What are you saying, Doctor? You want a little more money?
I just want this whole affair to go away.
Well, it has gone away. Now, the case is closed. Just throw the file away, and everything will be okay.
You said something about a little more money?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Goodbye, Doctor.
You think that's on the level?
The homicide inquiry was thrown out, basically, because of Dr. Neiman's testimony.
Yeah, but if that's the doctor's voice on the tape, then we got...
Nothing. It's inadmissible evidence. But I do think we've got someone else on our side.
Who?
It sounds to me like a little infighting going on in Frank Blaine's family.
You think they're setting him up for us?
Well, if they are, I'm going to be there to collect the pieces. Debbie, get me the first flight into San Francisco. And check this through the FBI lab. Anything they can tell us. Prints, distribution. It was in the envelope with the tape. Go ahead. Read what's written on it.
A diamond suit bids fill your cup with wealth and earthly things.
What does that mean?
It sounds like our mysterious friends wishing me good fortune. Oh, yell if any more parcels show up. For the next few days, I'll be at the El Dorado Country Club.
Any idea what you'll be doing?
Saving our jobs, I hope. And just maybe nailing Doyle Redding and Frank Blaine.
running around accusing people of things without any proof.
Elena, I've told you what I'm basing my theory on. Something is happening right here.
Please, not so loud. The people will be upset with all this talk.
But these people are new. You don't know where their loyalties are. Okay, look. If our machinery and personnel are working overtime, it's just possible that they're processing a lot of Novanti wines that aren't showing up on the books, and whose profits are not being shared by our company.
They cannot be working extra time bottling wine that we do not have and made with grapes that do not exist.
But Joey, did you ever stop to consider the fact that they might be bringing in extra grapes from God knows where?
And cleaning the crushers before I could detect the difference.
Yes.
No. If you do not give me credit for anything else, give me credit for knowing Novanti grapes.
We credit you with holding the family together, Uncle Joey.
No. Forget about everything else. The new men are not family, but they are keeping their word. What will be sent out will be of such quality, your father would be very proud, even with machines.
Sounds fascinating.
Elena, who is this?
My tennis partner in the tournament.
And what's your tennis partner doing here?
A good question.
Partners should get together to plan a strategy.
Look, you'll have to forgive me. But I'm a little sensitive of outsiders coming into the valley. You see, my father was murdered less than a month ago.
I apologize for my brother. He is obsessed with his imaginary murder. It's his way of filling in the void left by my father.
And yours is marrying Doyle Redding.
You don't like Doyle very much, do you?
Well, why do you say that?
It's just as obvious from his side as yours. Why?
Well, we were business partners once. A few people got burned.
That happens in business.
Yeah, especially the way Mr. Redding operates.
Doyle Rettig's company bailed us out when it looked like we'd lose everything. One of the risks of small independent runs. A bad year can put you out of business. We had a bad year.
What was the catch?
There was none. My father made them agree to limit production to keep quality up, and they've abided by that agreement to the letter.
That's hard to believe. It's a rental. Last one they had.
It's a perfect match.
There's the face-off in the neutral zone, and it's won by Purcell. Marcus cleared down the ice by Levette. Behind the bullet net is Leclerc. Mallard passes up the right wing of Conrad. Up the right side by Mallard.
Doyle here. Had more trouble with Dono Novanti. I just heard from my people.
Can it wait? My boys are playing up in Montreal, and they're playing lousy.
You could be losing on both coasts.
Ain't that bad, huh?
He's starting to nose around for overshipments.
Well, we got a nice, neat package there. No way he's going to figure it out. That's it. Kill him.
Yeah, well, I just thought you'd like to know I may have to deal with that boy.
Another fatality in the family could be a little hard to explain.
So are the overages if he finds him.
Let me think on it. I'll call you back tonight.
One more thing. Jack Cole. Cole Industries.
Oh, yeah. That's old news.
Yeah, well, the kid just showed up here for the tennis tournament.
Well, how nice for him. What was it they used to call him? The Park Avenue Kid?
And I just found it an odd coincidence. The kid's out of jail for a couple of days. He shows up at one of our operations.
How does he know it's one of our operations? You put a neon sign on top of one of the buildings? Relax. Please, I'll call you back tonight.
Good. Frank. Sure, after your hockey match.
Well, I've been expecting you. I hear that Novanti has been playing detective again, going around asking a lot of questions.
Might be a good idea to shut down for one night.
I can't get a hold of anyone now. The bus will be on its way.
Or when it gets here, turn it around and send it back where it came from.
I don't think Mr. Blaine will like that. We've got a 50,000 case order to be filled by Friday night.
Mr. Blaine is watching a hockey match.
The most important thing you gotta learn to plan is not how to get in a place, but how to get out in a hurry if something goes wrong.
You know, burglar alarms are tricky. If you don't keep the circuit unbroken, you're going to be smack in the middle of the noisiest racket you ever heard.
The bus is here.
I don't care what they were promised. There's no work here tonight. Now load them up on that bus and roll it out of here.
No hay trabajo.
Send some help down here right now.
never know when precision acrobatics will come in handy.
What happened to him? I don't know. He just disappeared. Come on!
Stop firing at my car! It was one man against a dozen of you guys.
Came in at the same time as the bus, and we had our hands full.
And it had to be the Navanti boy. How much could he have seen?
Just a bunch of screaming Mexicans.
That he could go to the police with.
What could he prove? Some braceros made a wrong turn. We sent him away.
All right, we can't keep going on the way we have been. I'm going to recommend we shut down for a while.
Still fill 50,000 cases by Friday? Do you realize who the buyers are?
It should be.
Yeah?
How's your Spanish?
You're in Spain?
Oh, it only sounds like it.
I'm in Napa Valley.
Napa Valley? How am I going to get to Napa Valley?
There'll be a prepaid ticket for you at Kennedy.
First class?
Don't push it, Hector. Our working capital's as thin as your hair.
Man's nuts. Those $400 just to translate some Spanish in a place full of Mexicans.
If you've just tuned in, ladies and gentlemen, this is the El Dorado Pro-Am with Jack Cole and Elena Navanti versus Doyle Reddick and Miss Kittredge. Reddick and Kittredge are perhaps the most outstanding doubles players on the Pacific Coast. And there's a good shot of that, too. Jack Cole is the former ranking amateur from the Eastern Seaboard. However, he is showing the effects of being away 3 years from the tennis circuit. Navante serving from the far court. Kittredge return high lob. Navante again. Back to Kittredge. Navante. Ready? Yes, Navante. Back up again. Kittredge. Elena seems to be doing all the work on the far side home.
Beautiful serve. I don't know what we'd do without you.
Oh, don't be so charming. I'm exhausted cleaning up after you. You act as if your racket's been locked up for 3 years.
Close. Very close.
That's all I can do to miss you, to keep you from being embarrassed. Why don't you talk Mr. Cole into declaring himself as public humiliation?
Jack, what are you doing here? Oh, if I could breathe, I'd ask you the same thing.
You're in no condition to play tournament tennis.
Now you tell me.
What possessed you to come all the way out here?
What do you want me to do, make a fool of myself back home in front of all my friends?
Isn't that Doyle Redding?
Yeah. One of the great things about sports. Brings people together.
Jack, what are you up to?
Oh, I'd say about half speed, but my wrists are coming back.
Come on, Jackie. Let's get it over with.
I'll try to make it as painless as possible.
I want to introduce Doyle to an old friend. Surely you remember Arthur Woods? Came all the way from New York.
It's been a while, Mr. Redding, since we faced one another at Jack's trial.
Yes, of course. Still practicing law?
In a way.
Oh, he's being too modest. Big G-man now, racket buster. Big secret eye for the feds. Very hush-hush, you know. We'll get together later for a drink. Maybe get him to tell us what he's doing out here in this out-of-the-way spot.
Well, everyone's waiting Mr. Cole's return to the court. Apparently, he's being offered some good advice or encouragement from Doyle Redding. It's a nice gesture, anyway. And now back to more exciting tennis. Navante serving. On the right side to Kittredge. Back to Kittredge again. Navante to Kittredge. Picked up there by Redding. And it's out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an amazing turnabout is taking place here.
Good match, huh?
Ball into Kittredge. Kittredge back to Navante. Ready.
Why don't we take a high spell?
Just inside the line. Beautiful piece there. Jack Cole up on the ball. Redding right at his feet. Cole again. And Redding gets that ball. Kittredge going back, and it is in. Kittredge again. Navante right back. Beautiful volley. Beautiful volley. I can say right now that Navante and Cole are really in command of this match. Mr. Cole ready to serve. High, pull it down the left side. Right past Miss Kittredge. I think we can safely say that's his most powerful shot of the day. Now he's ready for his serve. Ready in position to receive. And another race. Mr. Cole serving again. And another race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is match point. Elena Navante and Jack Cole coming from what was almost embarrassing defeat to win the El Dorado Mixed Doubles Cup.
You are fantastic. I'm going to get out of here, Cole. Forget it. They love you.
the operator says the matches will be over about 5 o'clock.
Then what happens?
You make a call to your sister, telling her you've decided to leave town for a few days to clear your head.
And what if I don't?
Well, then we've got to empty your head with this.
You work for Reddick, right?
Never heard of him.
That's the truth, kid. Look, we're independent contractors. We couldn't care less what happens to you or anybody you know. Now, I'm telling you this so you don't sit there and talk our heads off, okay? This is the job to us, kid. That's all.
There's nothing to get excited about. Some people want you out of town for a few days, that's all.
You think I'm stupid? You need me to make that call, don't you? After that, I'm as good as dead, right?
He's a morbid little twit, isn't he?
I hear you like fishing. Is that true? Like fishing, do you?
Gave it up a long time ago.
That's what we'll do. We'll go fishing. We'll spend a few quiet days going fishing. Now, why don't you make this easy on us? You must know some good spots. What's the nearest lake?
I'm not making any call.
No, of course you will. I mean, either that, or we have to take your sister with us. You'll make that call tonight.
Afternoon. My luck changed. I don't want to talk about tennis. What else is there? Are you crazy or just irresponsible? What are you talking about? I'm talking about telling Doyle that I'm a G-man. A federal agent. It blew my cover completely. Sorry, but it did seem to rattle him a little bit, didn't it? Did you know Doyle Reddick was here? Arthur, we were playing tennis with him. I mean, before the tournament. Well, how would I know? We'll talk about that later. What was so important in the stands this afternoon that you wiped out a half a dozen people breaking out of your victory celebration? The most fantastic pair of legs I have ever seen. Legs? You telling me you were chasing after a girl? Not one. Two. Well, Lord, it's been a long time. What's all this about? What are all the questions? You must know why. Doyle Reddick. I'm here to nail him. Hey, well, that's great, Arthur. Great. Is that all you can say? You are the one that told me to forget about playing, remember? There was nothing else I could do. Except to play tennis with one of the men who ruined your father, put your mother in an early grave, sent you to prison for 3 years. Arthur, if you are helpless with all of your laws, all of your money, and all of your power, I am not going to ruin my life battling windmills. And think for a moment, I thought, you know something, Jack? I'm ashamed I even know you. Goodbye, Artie.
Never fear, Hector's here. Where are the Conchitas?
Sit down. We've got some work to do.
I didn't really come 3,000 miles just to talk to a lot of Mexicans, did I?
It's a little more than just straight interpreter.
I figured.
I want you to slip in among some employees and listen and look and learn.
Oh, sure. Kind of like a trainee, huh? What is it? Lifeguard, golf pro, tennis bum?
Bracero?
You gotta be kidding. I come all the way from New York for that?
If they find out you're a plant, they'll kill you.
Oh, well, that's terrific. Now it's a lot more attractive. Let me see if I can get her right. And I'll catch the red eye out of Frisco.
I'm getting the men who were responsible for my father and mother's death.
Yeah?
If you'll help.
Amigo, you have to ask. And I'll help get the men that killed your mommy and papi. When do we start?
right now. Get out to the Navani winery. Stay low until after 10 o'clock. A busload of laborers should arrive, undoubtedly illegal. Slip in and go to work. Find out everything you can about what they're up to.
What do you think they're up to?
I think they're counterfeiting wine. You are going to find out how.
You bet. Where do I meet you?
In those condos across the way, number 3. If you make it.
Thanks for the confidence.
I can't stand adulation.
Well, I'll try to keep my praise to a minimum.
How's old Superclut's taking defeat?
It's baffling, as if the match never happened. He spent the afternoon a long distance.
Curse the businessman.
Mr. Vanti, telephone for you.
Hello? Dono? Where are you? Alone? Look, I could go with you. It's no trouble. Oh, I see. All right, maybe it's for the best. I'll send you my prayers. Take care.
Let's dance.
Not right now.
See it.
I don't want to dance.
The heart of the victory celebration.
Let go of me.
You are being watched for your reaction to that phone call. Now smile. Smile, or your brother will be dead. Kiss me. Donald's life depends on just how convincing you can make that kiss. Did you like your brother? Telephone, please. Mr. Quigley.
What do they want with Donald?
Well, they think he broke into the winery last night. But we both know that isn't true, don't we?
You were the one who left the 3 of hearts.
So you pretend like you're in love with Doyle Redding and then nail him for your father's murder.
What did that playing card mean?
Just my way of saying that you're not alone in all this. All right, sweetheart, now by the numbers. Kiss, smile, laugh.
Listen, let's go fishing. Oh, and I'm bringing you one for the road, okay? Okay, bye.
All right, stay here. Convince Redding you're still his one and only.
Oh, Mr. Redding. This envelope. I found it on the bar with your name on it. Oh, thanks.
And the rest of it's easy. It's real easy if you cooperate, kid.
Meaning, don't make a scene while leaving the country club. Huh? You'd rather kill me later where it won't be so messy.
Well, that's right. Either way, it works out the same, huh? You sit tight. Don't move. Come on, will you stop horsing around? Hold it!
Okay, in your car now. Look at what your friend got.
Who are you calling?
Police. Hey, those guys work for Reddick.
Can you prove? Yeah, I want to report a shooting. A woman just witnessed a man stuffing a body into the trunk of a '77 Ford sedan just now leaving the El Dorado Country Club. At least one gunshot was heard. I don't know, but you better get on it because he's moving fast. Let's go.
Where are we going?
Well, they won't look for you. Come on.
Frank, it's Doyle.
You know what time it is in New York?
Those guys our friends sent, did they take care of things? I mean, I haven't heard anything.
What'd you expect? A singing telegram.
Well, I just want to know if it's safe to be open for business. We're in full operation tonight.
And tomorrow night, we make a score and run. Hollis will be out there with the money when you box the last bottle. Now, what's eating you?
I got a card.
What?
I got a playing card, a 3 of spades.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. Something's going on. I can't put my finger on it, Frank.
Well, I can.
Hey, hombre! Come on. Pon las nalgas, rápido. You get the rest in there.
Yeah, okay.
Tengo que usar el baño, ¿eh?
Hey, you! You, I'm talking to you. Come here.
Estaba buscando para recoger un cigarrillo. Si lo va a hacer un caso federal...
Que no va con usted. Elena,
Oh,
I'm fine, thanks to him.
Who is it? Hector.
Elena, Don and Devante, this is Hector Ramirez.
Hello.
Mucho gusto.
Igualmente. Man, that's quite a late show you run at that winery.
What did you find out?
Bus arrives at 10 o'clock, lets off some Mexicans. It's gone in 3 minutes. Then a tanker truck comes in at 1.
Tanker?
From a San Francisco dock. They were pumping wine into the plant. Half an hour later, it's gone. Very slick, very fast.
Bringing wine from a ship? Dono, does that make any sense?
They could be importing some cheap table wine and putting it in our bottles.
Well, the markup would be staggering.
They could make millions.
We got to call the sheriff now.
No, Dono. The best you could get is a fine for the workers and an inquiry on the taxes. Doyle and Frank Blaine would just plead ignorance. Find some small fry to plead guilty, and the ones who killed your father would be out of it clean.
What are you going to do?
Well, I can't think of a better way to give Doyle Reddick and Frank Blaine a dose of their own medicine than with their own scheme.
We're going to make wine?
Oh, no, Hector. We're going to help them.
The largest quantity of antiseptic throat solution we could sell you would be our industrial hospital brand. In the private sector, under its own brand name, it's referred to as the one that makes you pucker while the germs are made to suffer. I always thought that was a bad rhyme, but it sells us stuff.
But I was wondering if you had enough to fill a tanker truck. Oh, say approximately 6,500 gallons or so.
Why, surely it's made right here. But dear me, who do you know with that kind of breath problem?
Very good, and you may well be right. I do think it's going to take somebody's breath away.
He's coming.
All right, Hector. You've only got one chance at this.
Hey, Taiwan stripped the wheels off a Cadillac while it was still moving.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody's stolen my engine.
Look here, you Tootsie Wootsie. I'll show you how to get this here bunny wagon moving. Bye.
You should have heard my performance. I was sensational.
You know, them old boys' shout must have tuned up my rig. They felt light as a feather when I come over the hill. That's enough.
be real cute when you grow up.
Sweet it was. Where do we set up next?
I'll let you know after I meet with their boy for the payoff. Make sure you clean up this place really well. After they find the brother's body, maybe a lot of people snooping around. We won't leave a trace.
We're celebrating.
I really don't see what we have to celebrate.
The evening is young.
I have to hand it to you, Doyle. You're on a nice, clean operation. Now, anytime you want to consider joining my organization full-time, just say the word.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but no, Mr. Blaine and I are more than happy to throw any opportunity your way. No strings, no strings.
Sound like you believe those terrible fictions about how we deal with one another. You know, that hardly applies to outsiders.
Hardly.
Transaction, since you seem to be hell-bent on shutting down for a while.
Well, 100,000 cases, well on its way to all your people all over the country, you know.
$20 a case, $2 million, a nice little profit for you. You can count the deposit if you like, 50,000. The rest, of course, when we take delivery.
Oh, no, I trust you. Would you excuse me for just 1 minute?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I should put this in the safe.
Of course, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Carlos, I'm bringing that special surprise, please.
What special surprise?
Jack is feeling very generous tonight. He wants everybody to get a bang out of the evening.
Well, that Novante Reserve. What? Novanti.
Oh, where'd you get that?
Compliments of Mr. Cole.
That's the stuff you sold us. Well,
I wonder what it tastes like. Look at it. It tastes like mouthwash. It is mouthwash. Now, what is this, Doyle? It's supposed to taste something like wine. We couldn't sell this swill to Bowery bums.
Where did you get this? Carlos bought it from a bracero who smuggled it out of his shop.
A bracero?
Reserve. Those special bottles you save for the end of the year. Join us. I'll have Carlos crack open another one.
No. Mr. Reddick and I still have some business to transact. Doyle?
What was that all about? Good Lord, it smells like mouthwash.
A very easy explanation for this. Obviously, someone's...
Ay, señor, culpa mía. Con su permiso, perdóname, señor, perdóname.
All right. Well, Mr. House, please, someone has doctored this.
The bottle was corked and sealed before it hit the table. Look, I'm going to make a few calls. Just precautionary.
Of course, of course.
In the meantime, my people might feel more secure knowing that I hadn't forked over $50,000 for mouthwash.
Well, now, if you want to hang on to the cash while you check around, please. I
I'm
understand.
doing it for your own good, Doyle. My people will be very upset if they thought you tried to swindle them. They'd be downright lethal. They thought you not only tried to swindle them, but that you'd gotten away with it.
Sí, señor, le levanté el bolsillo, cabeza de velón, y ni siquiera soy contabolsas, son ladrón de carro. Sí, señor, sí. Ay, diablo, señor, qué ¿Qué? No, oh, no, señor, no, más nunca, no, señor. Ay, sí, sí, muchas gracias, thank you very much.
We need to be alone. Thank you, Michael. Well, would you like to count it? Why not? Love is the sword of justice. It counts no man as friend. My condolences, Mr. Reddick.
Wait a minute. I know what happened.
What?
We were wrong.
I'll give my condolences to Mr. Blaine, too. You'll both be missed.
Jack? Yeah, good morning, Arthur.
Look, the most extraordinary thing happened to me last night. I just wanted to share it with you.
What?
I found Doyle Reddick cringing on my doorstep, pleading for the chance to testify against Frank Blaine.
Really?
He wants to spill everything, not only about this wine scam, but on all of Blaine's operations.
Well, I wonder whatever made him want to do a thing like that.
Well, I don't honestly know. At first, I thought he was the one feeding me information on Blaine. But whoever it was enclosed a playing card with a verse on it. Apparently, Reddick got some, too. He kept babbling about the three of clubs.
Really?
You, wouldn't know anything about all this, would you?
Me? How could I? You know something, Arthur? I think it was your presence here that tipped the balance, made Reddick crack.
I'm glad you said that, Jack. I really am. Because Blaine is just the first of these upper echelon manipulators to take the fall.
I'm counting on it, Arthur.
At least you can forget about him now.
I've already crossed him off my list.
Going back to New York?
Oh, for a while, I guess. I've been cooped up so long I get this overwhelming urge to travel.
Well, don't let too much distance come between us.
Oh, no, Arthur. Wherever I am, it'll be like we're in the same room.
How can I ever thank you?
You'll find a way.
I'm sorry you have to leave so soon. We never really did get a chance to know one another.
I know you. Hey, man, we're gonna miss our plane. Man, let's get out of here fast. You don't know how embarrassing it is to drive that car of yours. Hey, Jackie. Hector. Oh, tasteful. Tasteful.
Can't you do something else to amuse yourself? That game always reminds me of the joint.
Helps me think.
Mm-hmm. Think about this. When'd you get this?
Yesterday.
Man, they saw you coming. This thing got scratches all over it.
It's an antique.
Yeah, well, it's old, too.
Let's see what our friends at the Federal Building have to say.
But we know someone owns that judge.
Buckner, I tried to explain to you the difference between knowing and proving.
Well, if we can't prove that the judge is on the take, a guilty man's going to walk out of that courtroom with a $10 million profit.
Hector, I think that's going to furnish the den.